Welcome back to Barley and Hops. I'm George. Today's the day when I get to share with you something really fun to do, and that is an actual distillation run. Now, before we go any further, of course, please, if you get a chance, subscribe, share us with your friends, and of course, comment, because you know that we respond to the comments, and it's the comments that keep us going because we've got this community that's exchanging information, and it's just getting better and better. So, without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to go right into a distillation run. Now, I did this, and I figured you'd want to see everything. You know, I made that kiwi, oh my gosh, it was a watermelon, strawberry, apple, cantaloupe. Yeah, max, so we're going to distill that there. We're going to do it with 3-inch column, and we use ration rings, so we're going to run it as a refill. So we think. All right, let's get it all. Let me get it started because we're going to use a 220 volt element, which is a 3500 watt element in there. 220 PID, the parrot. Yeah, I think I just did everything except for the rest of the setup. So you ready? Well, I've got Mark with me today. Really good friend, and we do this together on occasion. So it's really good to have another set of hands and another set of eyes because he kind of works the temperature. That's his specialty, and he's my mixer. So he cuts, and I do the rudimentary work, you know, almost like the labor guy. Hey, if you would, that first jug back in there, grab that. Shit, I had to put that camera right in front of it, didn't I? Ah! That's her! Who? Dumpery? I'm pretty sure that's the one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do the other ones when I start them. Because I'm working on vacuum distillation. Yeah. Once I get that all, so
This whole thing can go in, right?
oh yeah.
Okay. Last time I had it.
Oh gosh, yeah, it smells wonderful. That's good. See, that's already been cleared, settled. We'll get one of those. Let's pour a little bit more in there because we've got an 8-gallon kettle.
Okay.
And we can put about 6.5 in there safely. That'll give us enough headroom. Almost every one of your runs, it doesn't go along as planned. It's not as a smooth a process as one might think it is. Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm gonna load this column. And there's no special. I got ration rings and marbles. No copper today. I know, contrary to I might throw a piece of copper in there just to make everybody else have it. I want this up. You know, sometimes you just can't seem to get it right the first time. You know, it's like, and I always say, you know, you want some good advice? Yeah, never take a sleeping pill and a laxative at the same time. You know, of course, you can predict the results, but they're almost impossible to control. Because the earlier we start the heat, by the time we get the rest of it put together, it'll be warm at least. Yeah. Yeah. It's real. 220 is really efficient.
Not last time.
Yeah.
I think it takes like 10 minutes.
About there. it's starting already. All right. Ready? Ready. Man, where's the gas? Right there. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, last time we fried a PID, man, this damn wire across that. Yeah, that's when you saw that spark. Yeah, tap across that damn phone.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Thermometer.
Oh yeah. Long hose that goes on that. Because we're gonna put our water. We're gonna put our water on there probably.
In the cooler.
It might be. It might be laying out there.
In a round cooler.
Setup's the hardest part.
You know, I often describe this process as a three-legged stool. You know, you've got equipment, you've got ingredients, and then you've got the process. And the process is like the art. And you develop through, you work your way through that. But of those three legs, if you cheat on one of them, it'll fall over. So you could have the best equipment in the world, the best ingredients in the world, and not have a clue what you're doing, and you know you're going to have your product's going to suffer. By the same token, you can have the best product, best process in the world, and understand every aspect of distilling, have a great system, and use junk in your mash or in your wort for beer, and you're going to wind up with junk. So if you understand that three-legged stool, those principles really make a difference. So keep that in mind.
Okay, it's flowing and it's not leaking. Now, what will happen is I got this valve all the way open now. We'll have when this thing starts running and it gets up to temperature, I'll shut this off right here. So that all it does now is it's just wait a minute. Yeah, you know, all it's doing is it's going in here and it's coming out here. So I'll do that, and then when the time comes, when we start to use the reflux, I'll turn this on and meter just a little bit of water through here. Just pre-condense our vapors up here. You see it running. It'll run real slow, and you can meter it all the way real high, but you don't want to do that. You just want to meter it through real slow because you want it to pre-condense. You don't want to fully condense it. So, and then your head temperature will be affected every time you adjust this. And the reason I got to go from the bottom instead of from up here, which would have been a whole lot closer, is that I'll have the constant temperature of the same water that's going through here. Because if I run the water through here, the temperature changes in that water before it comes out. And it changes directly based on how hot it is. And so if I use the same temperature water from the import, then I'll always have the same temperature water going through the reflux tubes. Because if you put too much, see it running out there, I'll just slow it down. It's just going to be, it'll probably be a little less than that. It's just a trickle. All right?
All right.
And that's how we're going to run it.
What's nice in here?
Well, we don't need ice in there yet because we're only at 78 degrees and we got a ways to go. So, let me see. We got that's all set. Oh yeah, what we got to do is we got to readjust this column back.
I've had many questions about, George, why don't you taste any of your product and things like that on the video? And I just have a firm belief that these videos are not a video of me having fun and sharing with everybody else and showing you how drunk I can get. That's not what this is all about. So I have always refrained from consuming any of the alcohol on tape for those reasons, because I think it just detracts from the purpose of what we're doing here. I'm not serving the community if I'm drinking. I hope you understand that.
Good gradual flow. And that will do it. So that's a pretty tall setup. Oh, yes.
Now, 80. So we're around 135 and turn it off, right?
Yeah, we're at 80 right now. We'll start turning it up a little bit at a time so we can heat it up gradually until we get it up to 145 is methanol. I ain't putting that one on there, Richard.
That's just methanol anyway.
Yeah, the methanol.
Methanol. Methanol. Making gas.
Yes, we. All right. We're good, mate.
Hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait. We're
going anywhere else. They're like a friend of the family. We're the Cocker family, and we'll be USA members for For every hour that you're idling in your car, you're spending about half a gallon of gasoline up in the air. That amount.
What you want me to turn it up to?
Well, we go 115 and start doing our 10-degree increments. I'll find it. 10 degree makes it a whole lot easier to track.
It's all be a balance.
Overwhelming number of
Jumping back and forth.
and no one busting out of town. The leaders
That just kind of tells me that kettle, the column, and everything starts to really kind of balance.
After the big summit, at that point, people really busted up the town. They want to prevent that from happening again. So the federal government invested some $400 million, mostly in police, to secure the town. That's in addition to what the local police are doing.
There's a lot in there.
The kids out here with the black hoods and face masks on. But the presence is stifling freedom of expression. But on top of that, you have all of the business owners who have the freedom to operate their businesses without a bunch of vandalism. Julie, back to you.
All right, like Tobin, thank you.
Some more G7 talk. Let's bring our guests in now. We have Josh Schwerin with us as Communications Director for Priorities USA, former Hillary for America spokesman, Kevin Cherry here as well, former Senior Advisor to the Romney Ryan 2012 campaign, former Communications Director and Vice Presidential nominee. Paul Ryan, welcome to you both. It's interesting you get a Democrat Republican to talk about a big political issue.
Yep.
On other issues, it's relatively easy, right, to start.
Yeah, it's taking its time, man. Just trying to balance because I got it set at 160, and the light, the outlight for the power going out to my element, it kind of flashes, because the PID's thinking, but it gets it all the way down to like 161, and then all of a sudden it flashes, and when it does, since the column's not balanced yet, that flash causes a big disturbance, and it goes up to like 170, and then it starts to work its way back down. So what I'm going to do is let it sit like this. I'm going to leave it at 160 for as long as it takes for it to balance. And then once I can get it balanced, then I can start moving it up a degree at a time, 5 degrees at a time, and it'll start to react correctly. Because right now what I've got is got an unbalanced column. And what I mean by that is that what the vapor that I've got coming off of the kettle, and the temperature of that, the temperature here, and then the temperature here, and then the temperature way up here is different. And what I needed to do is balance out and be the same because it's got to go through all that medium. And I don't have any water running through here yet. So when I do run the water through there, that's going to make another adjustment that I've got to track. So running a reflux is not as easy as running a regular straight pot still, but it can be done. Oh, see, it's a happy distilling. It's running 180. There it is. Now it's starting to see it's starting to balance now. Yeah, baby. It smells good in here, It smells sweet. Yeah. Oh, you gotta smell that. That's beautiful.
Do you object that or no?
I don't know, man. I think I will some, but probably not. Some of it, and just leave the rest of it clear. Definitely cutting it.
Yeah. It's almost like it's off. About 2 degrees. Give or take.
Yeah.
It's going good. That's what you want to see right there, right?
Shit, yeah, look at that run. Man.
And I've been doing the videos for quite a while, and it never ceases to amaze me that, you know, you can get a couple of guys or gals around a still as it's running, and everybody understands what's going on. Everybody knows. But for some reason, you know, it's like if it's really cold outside, and everybody will stand around an old burned out campfire. For some reason, I mean, it's not there's no fire, but they stand around it. It's the same thing with the mason jar. You know, people just stand around and stare at it. I find that odd, very unique, and I'm guilty of it too.
In jars, so I figured we just go ahead and fill them.
That works.
Of course, fill them and mark them. You gonna take some fishing? You'll need a whole lot.
No.
A little bit go a long way. Oh man, it's running. That is running so good.
It's at 165. I hit auto tune again to try to get it down. It's sitting at 184 is the temperature.
Mm. It might just want to run itself like that. It's, yeah, let's let it run. Oh, she's running. We do need some more ice in there. Did you ever think you'd be a moonshiner? Nothing wrong with it, though. Nothing wrong with it. So, that's right. Somebody's got to make the share.
It's coming out good. Still trying to auto tune. Turn the lock back on.
No, you know what? I think we just leave it alone for now.
Can I just hit it to set the auto tune off? Or?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, just push the. Oh, just push it open. Oh, yeah, hit set, and then push the auto tune open.
It's off.
It's off, okay. See, because we're going to have a different reaction now.
Now it's
Because we just,
adjusting correctly.
yeah, because we just put some
Cold water.
ice in. Yeah, so it's gonna react. Yeah, I can. Matter of fact, I can feel it now coming through the hose. All right, man. Yeah, see it reacted?
Drop down again.
Yep,
There it goes.
Yep.
It's auto set again. It's that. I think we're getting better with the auto tune now. That kind of.
Yeah.
You really got to get it auto tuned at a lower temperature.
Yeah, I think so.
Otherwise, it fights more.
Yeah, it fights. I think it fights itself. Yeah, we're still about 8, 9 degrees off.
So there's the one jar.
Oh, right here. Are you ready to do your cutting?
Not yet. I want to smell it. Seems like a sweeter flavor smell to it.
Yeah.
It's a one we're trying.
That's it. Okay.
Leave it right there.
Oh, well, man, I think we leave it right there. You got it set at 180. Is it 178, 179? And it's running good. You know, I think we give it another 10, 20 minutes. And if it, that's still not bad. I mean, it's the temperature of the shine's not bad. Yeah, I can tell every time I adjust that reflux that I get it
Back and forth.
Yeah, proof starts to go back up a little bit when I open that reflux valve some more. I get that sucker just right. You know, it's amazing how you just stand, you know what's happening, you just can't help but watch it. You know? You just gotta stare at it for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh man, it smells good. Yeah, you can see it running real good. Drip, 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 pour, drip, 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 pour. Oh, I'm happy with that. And we're still running at man, about 160 proof. Oh. Yeah, 180 almost. No, 90, 97, yeah, about 170. Yeah. I turn that reflux up just. No, I'm gonna leave that reflux where it's at because I'm getting more flavor. Yeah, I'm happy with it.
3 hours, get this guy on. It's a good go.
Yeah, we're gonna lose some water anyway.
Someone don't need to trust. I think so. He definitely seems motivated.
You gotta be kidding me.
Who the hell else we gonna get?
Movies get a little treaty with it.
Yeah, it's a little stupid at times.
Yeah.
Y'all got a plan for this shit? We just want to jump into old fashioned dog ride.
Oh.
There you go.
Ready to get that? Yeah, get
Right,
let me
we
get
figure
the
it out.
screen. Alright. Oh, what the hell? Oh, the fucking screen I had down here.
First off.
Oh, it's right up here. That's right.
You did this bit.
Oh, shit.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah. Oh, we did it backwards.
No, I found it in on the
That's what I was wondering when you put
Those
it
59
I'm
bags.
gonna take the bottom over to the screw.
Already. Hey, you want to get all mystical and start searching for answers and shit. Maybe you ought to think about what y'all did.
Think be able to set it up over there and open it up on the top of the screen. There you go.
I got.
Oh, got it, you got it. Alright. It's still a little warm down there. It's a little warm. Yeah, but I can smell it, man. It's got down to
You sure you can shoot a bull from this far?
left.
I put the PID over there.
Oh, okay. It does smell like ass. I got some bubble wrap in here. That hell be wrapping me in damn luggage. That's why you should try it.
Pills right now. Only leave has the strength to stop pain for up to 12 hours. Just one pill.
Nobody.
Relief. All day strong.
Surprise dad with the father's
You